This is Liberate Network. My name is Robert Fali. And we are here. Demonstration building.
It's pleasing for us to be here today.
Ecowas.
And Her Excellency was
Visit
here, more
the
details on why
superintendent.
we are here, but we all introduce ourselves and we've taken up the time to do a course where we are going to create some level of awareness on ECOWAS and free movement policies, specifically relating to cross-border trade and how cross-border traders should interact with each other, with security actors, with local government officials. And so we thought that it won't be proper for us to enter your county without taking up time to come and say hello to the Honorable Superintendent. And we are very much pleased and amazed by the fact that the superintendent could mobilize a cross-section of county officials to meet us. We thought it was just a 45 or 30 minutes interaction with the super. And we are so pleased to see everyone, including the head of the Liberian National Police. We see civil society actors. We see a cross-section of the media. So we are pleased with that, and we want to see how appreciative we are. So without further pushing and talking, I would just like to introduce to you who will make a remark. Her Excellency Dr. Joseph N Boakai. Madam Nkrumah is a Ghanaian. She has been Ecowas representative for the past 2 years. She pushed it to 3 now, and she has always been behind us with I need to go to the southeast, I need to go to Grand Gedeh. In fact, we even tried to deprive her of coming here by saying, Ambassador, you're going to stop to Limba. We'll go on to Sweden. She said, no, I have to go to Sweden. So she decided, and now she's even talking about going to Maryland. We're talking about her flying to Maryland, but she has decided that, in fact, just this morning we changed it to go to do road trip to Maryland. This is.
Thank you very much, Dr. Walker, County Superintendent. On behalf of my team, we would like to express our deep gratitude to you for the gathering or mobilization of a cross-section of important stakeholders in Grand Gedeh, not least of all, the media who are here. As Dr. Walker said, this really is a tour of some of the cross-border towns, the work that ECOWAS does in relation to our protocols on free movement. Of course, if you follow what ECOWAS does, one of the strengths of ECOWAS as a regional bloc has been this establishment of a protocol that gives every citizen within the ECOWAS community the right to freely move without needing to process a visa. It's to establish or enhance regional integration amongst the ECOWAS citizens. And around the border towns, these are, if I may use the word, these are the nodes where you see integration at its best. Now, because you have a lot of trading that goes across the borders, it's important to interact and engage these stakeholders, ascertain how well is the protocol working for you. Are you able to access, the countries that you trade, and what have been your challenges? What have been the strengths? What can we as a team do to enable your work get better? We know that trade is key to economic development, and particularly we're interested in the cross-border women traders, who are the bulk of the trade that goes on across the borders. We want to find out from them. Sometimes you hear what happens on these corridors, but you need to hear it from the horse's own mouth. And that is why we are here today. So we will be going to Town Town to meet some of these cross-border traders. It happens also to be And this month happens to be the 49th anniversary of ECOWAS's establishment. And so we are gearing up into the 50th anniversary. How we assess what we have done in the last half century is important in determining what next steps we take as a regional bloc. Liberia has been a very important part of ECOWAS as founding member that played a critical role in the establishment of ECOWAS. Um, as I've always maintained, Liberia also happens to be the country that, despite the fact that it was, in crisis, it was the country's crisis that really highlighted the strength of ECOWAS. And since then, we have seen a very close relationship between ECOWAS and Liberia as we foster relations amongst ourselves to accelerate development within Liberia. And once there's development in any member states, it is for the betterment of the entire ECOWAS community. Grand Gedeh, we've heard so much about. It's refreshing to be here, to see the level of development. We anticipated that our road trip was going to be very tedious, but I must use this medium to express our gratitude to the President and the government of Liberia. They did say in the first 100 days they were going to ensure that no car got stuck on the road. We were quite anxious coming because we thought we had to leave so early, we were going to get in so late. We could not believe we left around 6:37 and we were here by 4. Yes, and despite several stops that we made along the way. And it really goes to show the importance of road networks as a way of opening up economies. And so we are also looking or gauging this against hopefully seeing trade integration across borders improve. More people saying that, oh, the roads are open, we can trade better. And so this is a huge step for Liberia, and it is also a huge step for enhancing regional trade integration. Um, when we go to Tour, we will move on to Limba to see some other cross-border traders. But Tour will be our starting point today. I didn't hear of the Liberian Immigration Service here. I don't know about the customs as well, they're not here, but probably we'll meet them on the other side. And we really would like to engage because they play a very important role when it comes to trade integration. And their role is what causes facilitation of trade or impediments to trade. This morning, listening to the news on LBC, I know that the Liberia Anti-Corruption Agency is also in Grand Gedeh as we speak. And part of the awareness raising would involve stakeholders like the Liberian Immigration Service, the Customs Division of the Liberian Revenue Authority, as well as the Liberian National Police. We would like the education to go out there to see themselves as agents of trade facilitation without their key support and their key role in ensuring that the right to move is indeed free. The right to reside and establish is indeed a right that has been established under ECOWAS protocol. It is not just to the benefit of people coming from outside Liberia, but it equally benefits people from Liberia going outside. It grants every Liberian the opportunity to see the West African region as its marketplace, as its home. And that is important because all of us can make it work. where we have impediments, we must seek to find out why those impediments exist, what do we do to remove those impediments, and how do we build a strongly knit community of Ecowas citizens. Mr. Superintendent, I see you have a strong team of men. However, I don't see women. Not a single woman in our team here. And I want to encourage you that you empower the women to support you during your tenure here. Identify women and please be more intentional and deliberate about bringing women to the table with you. We are gender empowerment advocates, so we will always notice and speak on these issues. I believe that Grand Gedeh has strong women, and these women have a role to play. So where possible, enable them also to play that role. To the media, I want to thank you for your presence, but also to admonish you that the success of Liberia or the acceleration of development in Liberia, you have a role to play as well. How you inform, how you educate, how you raise awareness on many issues that confront us as a nation is important in building inclusion and giving voice to the people. When it comes to ECOWAS, our doors are always open. Please, you can call on us to get more knowledge and information that you can use your medium to also spread the positives of ECOWAS, the challenges of ECOWAS, and how we can all work together to establish a strong regional community of citizens that are empowered, citizens whose well-being and welfare is well taken care of, citizens who feel included in a democratic society. Thank you very much.
This is the head of Ecowas delegation here in Grand Gedeh. My name is Law Father. This is Liberian TV Network.